Hello, true duelists. My name's Craig Fee, and as always, welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update. Last week was the first ever YCS Vancouver, making it a great day for Canada, and therefore the world. That's right, the whole week was a great day for Canada, don't at me. Konami finally giving the West Coast and Vancouver another reason to pay $3,000 for a one-bedroom apartment. As always, the fuck is going on with Canada and those goddamn rent prices? A YCS, though, is what's going on with Canada, and this one was host to 731 players, according to the Konami official blog. And the question on everyone's mind was, of course, just how good was Unchained going to be following its success at YCS Sao Paulo the weekend prior? It's a shame I didn't have a screenshot of it because I was told I was wrong for giving the deck credit at all, and that YCS Sao Paulo was a joke in its entirety due to the fact that it's South America. Now, that person was half right because I was wrong, but that was because I said the stream was in Spanish when it was actually in Portuguese. That is a simple, such a simple thing to check that I've actually displayed on screen here, how easy it is to confirm that. And I didn't do that, so I not only welcome you, but encourage you to call me the dumb NA man I am. Dumb NA, every day of the week, folks. Those jokes are as funny as they are true. So apologies, whoopsies, I fucked up. But to the point, YCS Sao Paulo was validated, not that it needed to be, because top 32 of YCS Vancouver was very much an Unchained heavy sort of event. Unchained was the most represented deck with 9 slots in Top Cut, and as for the former top dog of Cash, that was the 4th most represented deck behind both Dragon Link and Pearly. If this continues, I propose we call this Cats and Dogs format. Why not? We also got Rescue Aces first top at a solo YCS, if I'm not mistaken, from a Master Duel World Championship, but don't worry, you can do well with it too. And Infernoble's first solo YCS top with their new support, so that's cool. And both of these lists made it all the way to the top 16 as well, which was of course still very much Unchained heavy at 5 out of 16 slots. And all 5 of those slots would go on to make it through to top 8 in a dominant showing, along with 1 Infernoble, 1 Pearly, and the 1 lone Kashtira player desperately trying to remind Konami that the deck does still deserve to be hit on the ban list. Or maybe that's just my, hater ass. You tell me. Top 4 would see 1 Pearly and 3 Unchained, before an Unchained mirror between Jesse Kotton and Cody Manabe would ultimately see Jesse Kotton as the first winner of the first YCS Vancouver. And a huge congratulations to him. The Canadian kid winning the Canadian YCS. And as MBT would say, a great win for the United States. This makes for his 5th YCS win, along with his Ultimate Duelist Series title, and quite possibly is one of the, if not the most decorated players in this game's history. Again, a massive congratulations to him for not only his win of the YCS, but also his win against Konami. Following their insistence on giving him less than flattering pictures, it's nice to see one that isn't apparently attempted bullying by Konami if you go by me. Still, something other interesting that happened included a Blackwing deck that reportedly went 7-0 initially in Swiss before ending 7-3 and bubbling out, which is a shame. And of course, the spicy tech, courtesy of Jesse, that we got to both laugh at, but also go like, yo, hold up, this is tech. This is tech. And so we can look forward to YCS Cancun in Mexico this weekend, where Google tells me they'll be playing in Spanish. See, I'm trying to learn. Keyword trying. Hopefully this one will be streamed. I don't know what the fuck was up with that this last weekend. Although not streaming it might actually be the key for Jesse to get a win. Or at least, first. I think does that track or not? And how often does he win on stream? I don't know. We may never know. Either way, it'll be another showcase of the power of Unchained most certainly, and we'll be here to talk about it all on next week's update. And in a brief bit of news that I couldn't quite fit organically into the last segment, Konami has announced that the next Team YCS and the first YCS of 2024 thus far will be Team YCS San Jose in Costa Rica, set to take place on the weekend of February 17th and 18th of 2024. And unlike with YCS Dortmund, they've given us more than a month to prepare for it. How great is that? And hell, we may even have a ban list by then. Oh, hell yeah. Is that a ban list dig? Topical. It's like sick, dude. It's sick. In some new product news, the Red Dragon Archfiend structure deck, the Crimson King, has had its full list of cards revealed. And sadly, unlike recent structure decks such as the Crystal Beast and Trap Trick structures, and really even the Albaz one, this one is pretty lacking in regards to staples. Pot of Extravagance and Danger Nessie are probably like the two most generic and usable cards included, but it does also have the Fire Ant Catastor package or Ascator package that's maybe relevant to you, and more importantly, 3 of it is like a full Resonator core, so for anyone looking to pick up the deck in full, it's great. It's nothing crazy, but at least it'll stay cheap for the Red Dragon Archfiend players. That doesn't apply to me, and I'm grumpy about it. This drops September 21st, of course, or in 1 week's time from the release of this video, so Red Dragon Archfiend hype! In some lovely news for OCG players, it's been announced that they'll receive their next ban list on September 24th. I believe it won't be taking place or effect until October, but they'll know it on the 24th of September. And would you look at that, a clear line of communication from Konami about the one thing that impacts this game most. I guess the cards also impact the game a lot, but I'm putting the ban list right beside it in regards to relevance. All right? I suppose you can you can figure out my point here. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, because Lord knows I've milked this enough, and will continue to in the future. But the 3 main ban lists, that being the OCG, TCG, and Master Duel, have been kind of checking each other's notes, so to say. So it will be interesting to see what it is the OCG does in regards to the game. Will the OCG also ban Block Dragon like Master Duel did? Or will they be the first to get back every Dragon Ruler? And more importantly, with that new Magispector support, will we be getting Corinne back in the OCG? Because if that's the case, we will be getting it back in the TCG. Or as MBT calls it, America. Oh. Again, that's coming out on September 24th. That is 9 days away from the upload of this video. God, wouldn't it be nice to get that kind of clear and concise information from the TCG? A man can dream. And because I'm a shill for myself, baby, if you're interested in the new ritual support for a bunch of older ritual cards, including the pseudo-fan favorite Saphira, as well as 2002's own Tournament Pack 2 $100 Skull Guardian that I also learned existed this week, or maybe the Magispector support, or possibly even some fish, you may want to check out one of my new card reports from this past week, going over all the new cards revealed this past week. And if not, that's cool too, because I'm moving on from this segment anyways, but they're there and I'm plugging them. In community news, to those of you unfortunate enough to be using Twitter, you may have seen this tweet here from prominent YouTuber and streamer Farfa, and thought, why did God let me have eyes? That's a fair response to that tweet, and I can't make you unsee it, unfortunately, but I can tell you why it happened. Because this past week has been Farfa's Subathon. Is it still going on? Who knows? This is not a live broadcast. Shocking, I know. So I can't tell you with certainty whether or not it ended. But I can say that in the past week, there's been plenty of fun things to watch. Plenty of guests from in and around the Yu-Gi-Oh community, including a segment with Raren. Raren? Said that wrong. To redeem Yu-Gi-Oh in a Hearthstone player's eyes, maybe? I guess you'll have to watch to find out, won't you? So, yeah, I guess support him if you'd like. And if not, that's cool too. I'm not really involved with this, okay? What I am involved in, actually, instead, is moving on to the next segment. And some lighter news, I'd say, was the rise this week of discussion about the quarter-century secret rare as opposed to or compared to Starlight rares. As the highest rarity versions from their respective sets that also look incredibly similar to each other, there's been a bit of discussion about which ones would hold value the best, and a comment on the disparity in value. There's a section of people who were shocked that the tin promos that are 1 in 16, but you get 1 in every single tin, that they aren't holding as much value as the 1 in 5 Starlight rares with the 1 per case ratio that Starlights have. Apparently this is astonishing. I don't know why or how, but it is, and it makes sense because yes, the tins are easier to get than a core set Starlight rare. Shocking, I know. Still, it does bring up the discussion at large of quarter century secret rares by and all, and Starlight rares, because there's 25 quarter century secret rares per set and only 5 for the core set Starlights. So you got 5 times the number of cards, but also kind of better odds to be pulling the quarter centuries regardless. I don't know that with certainty. I haven't seen a definitive, 1 in X, but I know Starlights are generally about 1 per case, which is 1 in 12 boxes. I've seen a lot more people pulling quarter century secret rares. That's incredibly anecdotal and therefore the absolute truth because this is the internet, but that's worth noting. Look at the highest price of a Starlight from Duelist Nexus compared to any other Starlight. Although that's kind of rigged because Duelist Nexus is kind of being seen as mid or underwhelming. It's a tough thing to say here. The point of the matter is that we're all getting to is that these cards look way too similar for me to truly care, and more importantly than that, they're all too expensive regardless, and I'm way too unlucky to ever have pulled them. And that's the most important news. But go ahead, let me know what you think. What are you, quarter century secret rares stupid or what? Because I don't give you the card sparkles. And I'm done. So, shoutouts this week go to the LIFD Magnetic Display, the best way to support my channel currently and the true Duelist approved way to show off all your cards, such as the only relevant cards to Unchained that I own. Yeah, I almost bought an Unchained core for like $50 all in a year or two ago, and then I was like, eh. And now I'm sitting here like, I'm an idiot. But you don't have to be an idiot, because where I missed out on some savings, I now offer them to you. Not for the Unchained core, but for the LIFD Magnetic Display. Yugioh Strats 15 for 15% off, or you can click the link in the description of this video and have that discount apply automatically. Thank you to LIFD for the support as always, and thank you for watching. As always, I've been your host, Craig Fee, and thanks for doing the thing that you do, which is hitting subscribe, because the moment you do, not only do you get to impress that smoking Italian wife, but you immediately and contractually become a true duelist. Just going by the facts.